Hey everybody, welcome to the second half of week 5, the 2A group of workouts. So this week will be 2A, push, pull, and legs. Today is pull. So I already I've reviewed the workout, already know I'm kind of going to have the same issue as last week. There's going to be probably a decent amount of lag time and adjustments to be made because in the circuits, there's 3 circuits of 3 exercises, so 9 exercises total. 4 of those exercises are utilizing my cable machine. So it's, honestly, I'm going to start. I would like to perform all those exercises on the cable machine. He does mention in the walkthrough or the demonstration videos that utilizing resistance bands works just as well. And depending on flow, how much kind of a pain in the ass it is to adjust my cable machine, there may be use of resistance bands as well. We'll just have to see. We'll say this is part of the reason doubling up the workouts, it worked for me. This first go round is always kind of a trial and error run of the workout. Hey everybody, that is pull 2A workout done. Not too bad, not nearly as bad as my first attempt at pull last week. That being said, there were some adjustments being made, transitions being made. For instance, I think the third time was the charm on the reverse, it's supposed to be dumbbells, reverse bicep curls. He has you doing dumbbells. He also mentions straight bars or easy bars because of the way that your wrists have to bend. I found the straight bar to just work way better with those. Contrast wave loading. I PR'd on my deadlift, and if all else works out the way it's supposed to, I should PR on the other 2 big lifts, squats and bench. The cable machine adjusted that around a lot better than I thought I was going to, just based on last week's experience with using the cable machine as much as I did. Today I threw in just a brief little bit of corrective exercises at the end. Any corrective exercises you've seen at this point in month 2, I have included those on my own. Those are not written into the program. I'm a fan of corrective exercises. It's where I started with Jeff, and I feel like those have been a lifesaver in creating balance in the muscles, because in one circuit or one of your circuits in the pull workouts focuses on traps. And traps have been an issue for me in the past. They're actually what landed me in physical therapy years and years ago, because I had very strong upper traps and they would take over and do the work of other weaker muscles that should have been doing their job. So sometimes when I see a lot of trap work or trap circuits, I'm always a little hesitant because I'm like, oh. Because besides that, those have also been the muscles that have seized up really bad on me and caused a lot of issues. So like today, after doing the trap circuit, I knew I was dead set on making sure I did a corrective exercise that was for the lower traps, just to hit those even more. Hey everybody, today is a rest day in between the groups of workouts, and I actually just got done doing some cardio burst training. I didn't record it because I was outside in my neighborhood. I would jog a lap, and I want to guesstimate that the smaller lap around my house with the trail is probably like 1/3 of a mile. So I would run one of those, and then I took some of the concepts behind week 9's burst training session, or Black Widow training session, and Max Shred was, I don't know the exact name of the workout, but it is week 9's. It's the jump rope workout where you have a jump rope move that you have to do for so long. Then you're supposed to lay the jump rope down and do line drills. I drew a line across my driveway, and I have a big driveway. I have a 3-car driveway. And I would run a lap, and then I would jump rope. Instead of doing time, I just counted up. I think I did like 100 jumps with the jump rope. And then I would do a line drill move. My favorite move from that is the burpee jump overs. So with the line in front of you, you would do a burpee, and then you jump across, touch the ground, jump back, and burpee. I did that every time I did a little burst training session because I enjoy that, and you can really feel the legs on those. I also got on the scale this morning because I am not unaware of the fact that I've put a little bit of weight on. So the scale this morning was 157.6. So put about 10 pounds on since this summer, but that's truthfully not totally out of the norm for me. I go up and down a little bit. So I had already told myself in February it was probably time, once March came around, it's time to start looking towards the summer months and getting into a little bit better shape. I did just start. I'm not by any means following any sort of strict regimen. I'm just taking it little bit by little bit. Right now, the big focus has been on, there's a lot of junk creeping back into my days. Lots of pizza, Nutella, just all sorts of just stupid little processed stuff that I gotta worry about cutting out. This next circuit is the circuit for the chest. This has it's called the incline dumbbell squeeze press. This is one of those moves I was talking about is difficult for me. The way that my dumbbells want to move and the idea behind it, because it is for your chest, is you are to be squeezing, the dumbbells are to stay together, and you're to be kind of pushing using your chest muscles, pushing together. And by pushing together, that force is supposed to raise the dumbbells. So I understand it a little more after watching the demo video. We'll see how the execution goes. I think I had the right weight this time. My adjustable dumbbells did work. That felt much more on point than my first go around with that exercise. Hey everybody, that wraps up the 2A group of workouts. Just trying to catch my breath. Finish the 2A leg workout and then I jump outside and do a couple of laps to finish up. Because if you recall earlier in the week, I told you time to kind of focus a little on some shredding down too for the summer months. I find the routine that I've fallen into at the moment is daily 16-hour fasts, which I will say I do allow a little cheat in the morning when I have my coffee. I do allow a little bit of heavy cream in my coffee. Other than that though, I've been hitting 16 most days. One day it was more. Today it was like an hour shy just because of the way schedules and everything are working out. So I'll do that for a little bit until I decide it's time for a change up. I also cut out all the junk, which hasn't been too hard, except yesterday was my husband's birthday. So of course there's cake and brownies, and when I decided it was time to rein it in, I knew his birthday was coming up, but if you wait until the holidays are over or birthdays pass or special events pass, you'll never get started. So luckily he completely understands, and I celebrate enough when I'm off that I can pass up the sweets yesterday, which are still in this house. other than that, so far, I feel a little better about the workouts this week. If you remember, in the past, every time I've switched up a program, and I feel like it's not too different when you're going from month 1 to month 2, and it's a very different setup. There's a transition week that just trying to get into the flow, the routine of the setup, the change. I am not the greatest with change, so it's an adjustment. And when I look back on it, when I started Total Beast, when I started Max Shred, my first week was always like, I don't know about this, but not too bad. I will say I think it was my right trap was a little tight this morning, and anytime those get tight, that makes me nervous. Your neck, and I know you've had a stiff neck before. That is the worst. When you can't turn your head, you have to turn your whole body to look at something. So I'm always apprehensive about upper traps and those tightening up. So next week is the 3A. It's a whole new set of workouts. So I will see you next week. That's the other thing. It's going to get interesting because I've lucked out lately with both girls being in school at the same time some days. And my youngest was napping, so I got into quite the habit of doing my workouts when she was napping. Unfortunately, we're about done with the napping stage. So if I have got to start getting my butt out of bed at like 5 in the morning to get these workouts done, and I keep trying. I keep trying every morning. Either I dismiss the alarm, or rather than putting on workout gear and walking down here, I trudge my butt to the coffee machine and make my cup of coffee and sit down and relax. So fingers crossed that I can get back into the 5 a.m. routine. But it might take a little bit, so we will see. All right, everybody, keep up the hard work. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week. Like I said, for the 3A group of workouts, I'll repeat those just the same as I have done 1A and 2A. I'm really liking that repeating. Bye.